Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. We got Leicester City Career Mode episode 49 for you. Part 50 will be a live game. It's worked out. We actually have a game against Arsenal in the Premier League, which is quite an important game to be honest, because they are above us in the table. It is quite close though from recent performances. So what I'm showing you right here is I'm just giving you a quick look into the youth squad, because we have some players that are looking just brilliant. You saw Tom Morton right there. If not, just go back and have a quick look. We've got this guy as well right here. Look at those stats for someone who's only 16 years old and the potential that he could possibly have. I just love seeing players in the youth squad who have such good stats. I don't care about the potential and the overall. The stats are what I look at. Look at this one as well, Simon Randall. He is someone who I actually did end up promoting in this game. Those stats are incredible for a 17-year-old. I did end up promoting him in this match, and it did say, I think he said has potential to be special or an exciting prospect. Either one, I'm pretty sure both of them mean that he'll be over 90 overall. But I'm not sure. We'll just have to wait and see. Another one. This is someone who you've seen me training recently, and this is someone who I'm not sure about, because you check his height. He is a centre-back, but he's 5'6". But I do really want to promote him quite soon. So I'm wondering, let me know what you guys think. If maybe I should promote him and play him as a right back maybe, or even a defensive midfielder. But even at that case, he's still quite small for those positions. So maybe I should just wait it out and wait for him to grow a little bit. But we do have more to show you regarding him later on in the episode, so you just have to wait and see that as we get into the first game of the episode, which is against Bournemouth at the Vitality Stadium. This is the lineup we went with. It's a pretty basic lineup. One of our strongest, only difference, we have Jamie Vardy on the left hand side. I think, yeah, left hand side in this game, rather than Arnautovic, who I don't feel, since he's come back from his injury, he hasn't really been up to scratch really. So Vardy on the left hand side, seeing how that works out. He ends up cutting in off the left and getting a good shot off, saved by the keeper. This time Bournemouth coming forward, and it's Marvin Emnes causing me a little bit of problem, which is confusing because he's shite. I don't understand this. Emnes again getting the ball back off the 1-2, and Marvin Emnes 34 minutes into the game. Why is he even in the Premier League? I feel like Swansea signed him just so they can have like the trio of triplets with him, Gomez and Eder. They all look exactly the same. They are all the exact same player, and they're all shit. I don't understand why Swansea bought him. Why Swansea bought Well, I understand why they bought Gomez, because Gomez is, he was at least decent in the French league. He kind of could have performed well, but he's shit. So we equalise right there. Not having Emnes' goal be the winner in this one. So Jovetic, beautiful strike. I've mentioned it before that Jovetic really, in the Champions League, has been brilliant, but in the Premier League, has been a little bit slow. He's always involved in chances, but he's just not really able to get into the back of the net as often as possible. He scored some goals. Well, not most of them, but a few of them have actually been penalties. So it's always nice to see him able to score a goal. A nice equaliser, and a very skilled one as well. 64 minutes before we get our next chance in the second half, and it's Jovetic creating again, playing into Mahrez, who you see had 3 goals in his last 3 games at the start of this match, and he makes it another one onto the list. Hey, another one. Another one. Riyad Mahrez scored another one. And another one. Riyad Mahrez makes it 2-1. We've turned the game around. Another one. Another one. But it's a nice, beautiful finish from Riyad Mahrez. Stroking it into the far corner. Making it 2-1. We're trying to make it 3-1 if we can for later on in this game. But that was actually the last chance of this game. It was a pretty boring game, to be honest. 3 goals. But that was all the highlights. I think all the highlights we showed were goals after the Emnes save. Well, the Ben Hamer save of Emnes' shot. And then all the rest were just goals. You see training again here. Kelly Evans, another one who came out the youth squad. But he really had, I think he was 49 overall when we signed him. So I'm really trying to throw him up to at least a 60 before we stop training him and maybe get him out on loan, hopefully. And you see a quick message before this big game, not what I needed. Arnautovic not happy with playing time. I did mention he just hasn't been up to scratch, but another sidetrack there. You look at the table, Bayern Munich have only 3 points coming into this game. Obviously we beat them earlier. Someone else must have beat them. Probably Porto had beat them, and well, like, it's looking tough for them. They really have to get something out of this game. They've got a strong lineup as usual. Early on in this match though, Mahrez gets the ball out wide by Van Ginkel. Schlupp taking on the right back, skins him easily, pulls it back. Arnautovic in the box, who made the starting lineup, and Marko Arnautovic puts it into the back of the net. 1-0 up in only 3 minutes of play, coming straight at Bayern Munich. The confidence I had going into this game, I don't know why. We'd beaten Bayern Munich before. We dominated Porto. We've dominated all the Champions League games this season. We beat Chelsea. I don't know. I was just feeling confident. Usually in big games like this, I'd go out and play a 5-3-2, maybe counter-attack defense. This time, I think I came out with the 4-3-3 actually. Or no, 4-5-1 I actually came out with in this match. But I was quite attacking with it especially. But you can see right there, Clement Grenier, who got a start in this game, unfortunately come off injured. He will be out for 4 weeks, I believe. Danny Drinkwater coming on and getting straight involved into the action, turning inside Badstuber and forcing a decent save out of Manuel Neuer. Again, we're putting the pressure on. Poor clearance, falls to Riyad Mahrez, shot deflects, and Neuer makes a brilliant save. So 43 minutes into the game, and most of it has been all us. 45 minutes now, trying to create again. Schlupp burning his man down the left-hand side. Please apply aloe vera to burns, Arjen Robben. You just got roasted down the left-hand side. Poor challenge from the Flying Dutchman. And look at Arjen Robben's forehead, though. He needs to go ahead and join that bald head gang. Like, he needs to stop holding on to that hairline and just let it go. You rocking that horseshoe, fam. But Riyad Mahrez again, another one. Another one. Riyad Mahrez just keeps scoring at the moment. You see, he ended last episode with a flurry of goals, and he started this one with another flurry, albeit a penalty, but who cares? At the end of the day, it's still another one, and another one. He just keeps scoring, Riyad Mahrez, and we are 2-0 up in the first half. One of the best first half performances we've had in a long time in this series. All over Bayern Munich. Arnautovic getting out wide there, sliding it through to Riyad Mahrez, through on goal, one-on-one with Manuel Neuer, and another one. Riyad Mahrez just keeps on scoring at the moment. And let's not forget or not realise the fact that Arnautovic has scored one and created one in this game. He's been creative in this match. It's a pretty simple through ball, but he was there to do the job. So maybe he's going to be back on form soon, but the headline is another one, and another one. Riyad Mahrez keeps scoring, and bear in mind that we do have the contract, well, not contract issues, but there is rumours going around that he's not entirely happy at the club. So with the form that he's on right now, I'm not sure if I should even believe that, or if it is true, we have to do something about that. 75 minutes in, though, Bayern Munich just got their first chance of the game. Schlupp pulling it back. Schlupp was just tearing them a new one in this match, completely roasting Arjen Robben. He still ain't applied the aloe vera to the burns, to be honest. But again, Arnautovic playing a splitting through ball into Ayoze Perez, one-on-one off the bench. I think that one took a deflection, but at the end of the day, he found the back of the net. And look at the top left corner, though. Look at the top left corner. 4-0. Another one. 4-0 up in this game against Bayern Munich, and they were completely, they were no threat in this match. They created the one chance, Mario Götze header, and that was it. Arjen Robben was a bit of a threat, but no end products all game, and it's just a brilliant result to come out of this match with another 2 goals for Riyad Mahrez. Man of the match goes to Arnautovic, though. As you can see, a goal and 2 assists, a key pass, which doesn't make sense because he should have 2 key passes because both of the assists were key passes. But FIFA is broken, we all know that by now. Confirmation after this match, Grenier is out for 4 weeks. However, he wasn't, so I'm not too sure. But I did say I'd jump back into Sebastian Van Hijft, and he's just amazing. Look at the potential that's risen. He's 64 overall at 16 years old. Potential of 91 to 94. Brilliant physical stats. And I love especially when you see a youth squad players with great physical stats, because you know that you can train them up in terms of skill. Mental will always go up in career modes, well, usually 90% of the time. So you know if they come with physical stats from the start, they are going to be a beast naturally. So I can't wait to use him. He needs to grow a little bit, I'm guessing. I don't know, 5'6" is quite small. You need to bear in mind that 5'6" is even smaller than players like Florian Thauvin. Florian Thauvin is 5'10", and he is small. Holtby is 5'9", I believe. and he's quite small. So for the centre back to be 5'6", that's very small, especially for a centre back. So we're most likely going to have to wait. I'm just being a little bit impatient because I can't wait to use him. He'll probably go straight into the first team, to be honest, even though we have players like Shaw. And did you catch that right there? You catch that? If you didn't, go back and watch that last highlight camera angle. Lewis Holtby just bagged it into the back of the net with a no-look finish, though. A no-look finish, though. He looked away when he hit it with the right foot, too. But we win a free kick here. 27 yards out. Riyad Mahrez stepping over it. 20 minutes in. Another one. Another one. Riyad Mahrez is on fire. Flames. 7 goals in 5 games for Riyad Mahrez in this Leicester City career mode. He just keeps putting them in the back of the net right now. All taking place between the end of last episode and this episode. This episode has been flames for Riyad Mahrez. Riyad Flames Mahrez. That's what we should call him around here. AKA another one. Wall didn't jump, but to be honest, I don't think they would have got near it if they did. A lot of pace on it. I guess that's what it took past the keeper because it wasn't as far in the corner as it could have been. But he hit it with a lot of pace. So Riyad Mahrez is making things happen. That's all we can say about that situation. 2-0 up in the first half. Another dominant display, which I'm happy about. 34 minutes in. Liverpool getting a chance on goal, though. It's this guy. I've never even seen this guy play in real life, but for some reason FIFA rate him so highly that like every single FIFA after like 2 seasons he's always in their starting lineup. I don't know who he is, but he's always there. But regardless, Lewis Holtby taken down inside the box, wins a penalty, and we seem to be winning a lot of penalties in this career, well, this season. This season we've won an awful lot. That's just a stupid challenge to make because Lewis Holtby running away from you. Joe Gomez is kind of fast, I guess. He was catching him, basically. Lewis Holtby isn't fast in any way, really. Like, he's got a little bit of acceleration, but no sprint speed. You would have caught him, maybe just forced him away from goal. But what happened is it resulted in a penalty which Stevan Jovetic buried. And I did mention that a lot of his goals were penalties, but you know what? He'll take them. I should have actually let Riyad Mahrez take it just to get another one. And but I don't know, man. I get nervous when I take penalties sometimes because even though I rarely miss penalties, I think I've only missed 1 or 2 penalties in this whole career mode. But I think it might be 1 in season 1 as well. But like just the thought of missing a penalty, I hate it. Especially missing a penalty and having to put it in the video. I hate that. I hate the thought of it. But 3-0 up at this point. After the second half starts, Lamela breaks through on goal. And I don't know who that is, but you saw the starting lineup. It's another situation of the match against Chelsea that we played in the last episode where they just underestimated us. And you saw the table at the start. Liverpool are 14th in the league. So I'm not sure whether I should think like they're underestimating us and they're playing a weaker squad, or to think their team is just shit. But it can't be this shit because they're missing almost everyone. Only Jordan Henderson really is someone you could say, yeah, starting player in the lineup. Later on in the game, they did end up bringing on Benteke. So they still have players like Benteke. I think Firmino was on the bench also. But they're just taking the piss, really. They're just a shitty team. But hey, Liverpool are shit in real life anyway, so we don't mind. Straight after kickoff, they lose the ball. Jovetic bearing down on them. 1-on-1 to complete the hat-trick. And he does exactly that. The man from Montenegro, Jovetic, burying it. Getting the first hat-trick of the season. I think it's our first hat-trick in the last 2 seasons. Well, I think our last hat-trick was Jamie Vardy in season 1, if I remember correctly. So, if that was even, we might not have had one in this season. I kind of remember getting a hat-trick with Jamie Vardy, but I'm not too sure. I know we got one in the Arsenal career mode. But yeah, this is probably it's probably the first hat-trick since season 1. I'm gonna go with that as Liverpool 5-0 down at this point. Just look at the score. It's unbelievable. 5-0 down, and then they finally bring one back. Christian Benteke is the man who does it. And then you got to ask yourself, why wasn't he playing to begin with? Why wasn't he playing to begin with? But I think it's the new formation. We played the 4-3-3 in this game, and we played it in the... No, we didn't play in the Bayern Munich match. We've been playing the 4-3-3 recently. We've been changing up. As well as the new players, obviously. The new players have done brilliantly. Mahrez is stepping up. But I feel like we're just attacking a lot better now. And just look at that for a final score. 5-1. Yes, 2 of them are penalties, but we had to win the penalty. Both of those penalty situations, we probably would have scored if we wasn't taken down anyway. Maybe you could debate the Holtby one. But I'm not going to. And you're not going to. You're going to shut up and you're going to accept what I'm saying. Again, we're training Kelly Evans on defending as well, because defending is really low, and I feel like if we get his defending up especially, and then eventually his passing and shooting and dribbling, all of that is going to go up anyway. So he could really turn into a real beast. I'm so excited for the future to see what these players are going to turn out to be. And I think I'm pretty set on, in the future, what we're going to do is if you guys get bored of this series, or if I get bored of the series, before we end this series, I'm definitely going to sim some seasons and go forward until these players kind of grow a bit and see what their attributes are like, and then use them. Maybe do 2 more seasons with those players at their peak and see what it's like. But we ain't ending this series anytime soon. We're okay with it. We're enjoying it. So here's a look at the Premier League table. You've probably been looking at that for a while. We're up to 5th place after a brilliant episode. 7 wins, 2 draws, 3 losses, and as I said, we got a match against Arsenal next, which is important. If we beat them, we can actually leapfrog them into at least 3rd place, possibly 4th, depending on what happens with Chelsea. Actually, we have a game in hand on Chelsea, looking at it now. So we could go up to 3rd place very soon. We'll see how that goes. We have a game in hand on Spurs as well. I'm just realising that. So we could end up being 2nd place by the next episode, or by the following episode, part 51. Hope you enjoyed this part. Hope you are loving life. Another one.